Hi there makers, so let's make these retro granny squares in today's tutorial. It can be a beginner friendly project, and what I love about this is you can use scrap yarn. So I've got quite a bit of scrap yarn that I'm going to be using, and the good thing is you can use any colors that you want. I used a green and grey, 2 colors for this one, and then I used 3 colors for this one. For the one I'll be showing you, I will also be using 3 colors. I am taking out this little crochet baby sweater, which I will put together again, since I don't know why I cannot maintain a crochet project. So without further ado, let's get into the tutorial. But before we go any further, there is a free pattern if you prefer, written pattern available for this, and a paid version if you want. So let's get into the tutorial. So before we get deep into the tutorial, let's talk about the materials. So the materials I found myself using were a 5mm crochet hook. Can you see that? There we go, 5mm crochet hook, some DK weight yarn, and a pair of scissors. You don't have to use exactly my supplies. You can use any size of yarn and any size of crochet hook. However, I do suggest or recommend that you start from a DK going up, because the smaller you make, the smaller your granny squares are. But if you want that, that's absolutely fine. So without further ado, into the tutorial we get. So as always, granny squares, we begin by making a magic ring. If you cannot make a magic ring, then you're welcome to chaining 4 and then slip stitching in the first stitch. Let me show you. You will make a slip knot, make a chain of 3 or 4, and then you slip stitch into that first stitch that you made. And then you're going to be placing your stitches into the center of that. But I know how to make a slip knot, magic ring I mean, so I will make a magic ring. So make a magic ring, secure it with a chain of 1, as I like to do. Now that chain of 1 does not count as a stitch. So into this center, we're going to place 8 single crochets. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Remember, you can always slow this down if I'm a bit too fast. Once you're done, if you made a magic ring like I did, you just want to pull that tail to close. And then into that first single crochet that you made, we're going to go in there and we're going to slip stitch, connect or close the round. Oh, let me do that properly. Here we go. And then you want to chain 2. So the chain of 2 right here does not count as a stitch. And then into that same thing, so this next round we're going to be increasing 2. So we have 8 single crochets for the first round. The second round we're going to have 16 stitches. So into that first one you want to go in with 2 double crochets. So that's 1. Into that same one, 2. And then you want to place 2 double crochets in each stitch all the way around. 4 to the next one, 2 double crochets, and so on and so forth. Oh, there we go, 2 double crochets. So you want to make sure that your scissors is somewhere close to you, because we will be snipping this off at the end. And it's a great scrap yarn project. So if you've got a lot of scrap yarns, you can just, put them together, make a lot of granny squares like this, and put them together to make a blanket or something. So I've reached the end, and as always, you want to double check your stitches, double count. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 for me. So at the end of the row, you want to slip stitch to the first one, that you made, slip stitch to close, just like so. And then you can chain 1, grab your scissors and cut the yarn off, and then we're ready for the next step. So now that we're all done with the center of our flower, so this is what we've just finished, this middle section. So now we're going to get started on our petals. So the next part is we're going to start making these little flower petals. So the next color you're grabbing, you know that it's going to be for these parts. So for me, that's going to be this orange. So I'm just going to put my yarn on my crochet hook, make a slip knot. Goodness. Make a slip knot, sweet lord, like so. And then you want to connect your yarn to your work, and you can do this anywhere. So I'm just going to connect to where I've been beginning this whole time, and I'm going to pull that through with a slip knot. Try and push the tails to the back like that, and chain 3. So a chain 3 will count as a stitch. So let me take you back. In the previous row, what we're doing is placing 3 double crochets, skipping a stitch, 3 double crochets, skipping a stitch, 3 double crochets, going all the way around, and we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 petals. Since we have 16 stitches, we're working into every other stitch, so we're working into half the stitches. Since we're skipping half, we're going to have 8 petals. So we have chained 2. That's our first double crochet. So into that same stitch where that chain 3 is coming from, we're going to place 2 double crochets. So that's going to be our 3 double crochets. Now chain 1. Yes, I believe we're chaining 1. Nope, chaining 2, sorry. Chain 2, skip that next stitch, which is this one, and then into that one, 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Let me just take this apart. This was actually a crochet granny square. I have a pattern on my Etsy shop if you want to see it, with full of pictures. I don't know why I didn't make a tutorial. Forgive me for that. Yes, so after the 3 double crochets, chain 2, sorry, skip a stitch into the 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 2, skip a stitch, 3 double crochets. That's what you're doing this whole round. 3 double crochets, chain 2, skip a stitch, 3 double crochets. So why don't you continue doing that, and I will meet you at the end of our row. So I have just finished my last set of 3 double crochets, chain 2, and you're gonna slip stitch at the top of that chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, slip stitch in there. Do not cut off your yarn. So let's get back to that previous granny square. What we've done now is the circle, the middle of the flower, which is the green, and the first round of our petals. So as you can see, the petals are going to continue all the way up, meaning we're using the same color. So we're not going to be cutting off yarn and reconnecting. We're just going to maintain the same yarn. So you just want to pull up a bit of a hook and leave it, and then you want to grab your solid color, now the background color, which is going to be a pink for me. So whatever color you want, this is where you join it now. So I'm going to grab my pink and make a slip knot, just like so. So where do we begin? I like to just begin from where we left off, right here. So that's where I'm going to connect my yarn. And let me just explain what we're doing. So it's going to actually begin at the seed, the center, the middle of our flower. So what we're going to be doing is making a double crochet, then making a long chain. I'll show you the back, the ugly side. We'll be making a double crochet, which is this one right here. Then we'll be making a long chain, and another double crochets. Now this double crochets will be connecting to the stitches that we skipped. So we're going to have 8 of them, okay? So grab your crochet hook, and we're going to go to that first stitch that we skipped. I like to start with right here where everything is beginning, so that all the ugly ends can be together. Okay. So I like my tails to be at the back, so I'm gonna do that. And I'm just gonna go through the center, this middle, so that I don't have yarn going over the top. So let's do that again. I have my slip knot on my hook, like so. And I'm gonna take my work and insert my hook for that stitch or that chain one space. So you're going to have them chain one spaces or stitches in between these clusters. So I want you to go for the one where you have the tails or where the circle ended and go into that chain one space. Grab your yarn and you want to pull that through. So I'm going to be working through this little hole right here, which is where I'm going to be making my chain 3. 1, 2 and 3, and then I will pull through. So that chain 3 is going to count as your double crochet. So we'll be making a double crochet, chain 5, double crochet, because we want to be making double crochets into these chain 1 spaces. So obviously you don't want them to clump up together, so the chain of 5 is going to allow us to have space to reach the next double crochet. So that was my first double crochet, so I'm just going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, I mean 5, sorry, 5, and then we're gonna go to our next stitch, which is this one right here, and go in there, and oh my goodness, I have lost myself. Right, push the petals back like so. So go in there and work a double crochet. It looks ugly right now, but don't worry. Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go in the next one, work a double crochet. Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go in the next chain 1 space or stitch that we skipped. Double crochet, chain 5, and that's all we're doing. Next, skipped stitch, double crochet, chain 5. So I think I can let you guys do that by yourselves now. Go all the way around, and do you know what, let's just finish together. I'm already done. Double crochet, chain 5. By the way, if you haven't liked the video already, please do so, and thank you so much. And subscribe if you haven't, because I know a lot of people that watch my videos are not subscribed to my channel, so please subscribe. I promise to do a better job at staying consistent. And the last one, double crochet, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So into that first chain 3 that we made, you want to go to the top, 1, 2, 3, and slip stitch. And again, do not cut off your yarn. So we're not cutting off any yarns from here on until we are done with the yarn. So this is what your work is looking like. Ugly, I know, it's not starting to form yet, so do not worry. So just make sure you're controlling your yarns, the ones that you're not using set aside, and pull up a little long tail so that your work does not unravel. Okay, so we're getting back to our petals. So as we're working the petals, you can, oops, sorry. As we're working our petals, you can be pulling them to the front, as I'm going to do right now. Let me just secure my hook, pull to the front. So let's get back to our previous project. We have just worked up to here. So we're about to work our second round of our petals. Now this round is comprised of a few increases and some chain 2s in between. So we're going to be double crocheting or chaining 3, which counts as a double crochet, increasing into the next stitch, a normal double crochet, chain 2, and then repeating all the way around. So let me show you how we do that. Start with our chain 3, which will count as a double crochet, obviously. So that's the one that we just made. This right here is our second double crochet stitch, and into there is where we're going to be making our increase. As you can see, I'm just pushing the chain 5 to the back so that it doesn't disturb us, and moreover it's going to be at the back anyway. So you want to make an increase into that next stitch, and then into the last one you want to place 1 double crochet, chain 2, and then 1 double crochet into that first double crochet stitch, 2 double crochets in the second to increase, and I need to connect more yarn, 1 double crochet into that last one, chain 2, and repeat. 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets, 1 double crochet, chain 2, repeat. So I'm gonna leave you here since I need to grab more yarn and connect, and then I'll let you guys finish. But so far this is what we're looking like, and it's starting to form. As you can see, this is this row right here. So continue going all the way around. All right, so far this is what we have, and this is the mess we'll be using. Just the two colors, the pink and the orange. So we are now starting round 1, 2, 3, 4, round 4. So we have done up to this right here. So now we're going back to our pink, which is like our gray, round 2, 3. So we are going to be increasing, doubling our yarn while stitches in these corners, and we'll be going back to chaining 5. So we'll be placing 2 double crochets in this, chain 5, 2 double crochets in the next. So you want to pull up a yarn for that color that you just finished making, then you want to connect back to that previous color, so which is a pink for me. All right, so I'm just gonna put this aside, pink for me, and I'm going to make a chain of 3. 1, 2 and 3 to count as my stitch. Let me pull that here now, and then I'm going to place, that's the first double crochet, so we're going to place 1 more double crochets in there, and double crochet, so you can push your petals back. Following this, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, push the petal back, and when I say push it back, I mean you just do that so that you have this stitch pop up, and into there we're placing 2 double crochets, 1 and 2, followed by chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, push that back, push this forward, 2 double crochets, and that's all you're doing all the way around. Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, there we go. Push this front, that back, and 2 double crochets. So why don't you continue doing this, and I will meet you at the end of my row. So I have just made my way all the way around, and we're gonna, as usual, slip stitch into that chain 3. So 1, 2, 3 at the top, just want to slip stitch. We're still not cutting off the yarn, so we're gonna pull it and leave. So now we're coming back to our previous color. Chain 3, this counts as a double crochet, and so that's our first double crochet. As usual, we're increasing the next, so 2 double crochets in the next, a double crochet in the next, 1 double crochet in the next, chain 2, find your next cluster of double crochets, a double crochet in the first, increase in the next, and double crochets in the next, chain 2 and repeat. So take out my yarn, so you're just going to continue doing that, double crochet, increase, double crochets, chain 2 and repeat. Let's do it one more together, double crochet, 2 double crochets, just like so, and then 1 single double crochet, and the rest chain 2, repeat. So go all the way around. So far, can you see that our flower is coming out? Go all the way around, and at the end we're still going to continue working with this color, and then we're going to slip it off. So go there around, and I'll meet you once I reach the end. So I just finished my round, so that's I chain 2 and slip stitch to the top of that chain 3, that first double crochet, which was a chain 3 that we made. So now you are going to make a chain of 1, and into that same stitch you will place a single crochet, because what we're doing is we're finishing off the petals. We're going to skip that next stitch, and into that next one we're placing 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. We're skipping that next stitch, and into the last one we're placing a single crochet, and just like that we have made our petal. Chain 2, single crochet into that first one right there, skip the next, double crochet 5 in the next one, skip the next, single crochet in that one right there, chain 2, and repeat. Single crochet in the first, skip 5 double crochets, skip, single crochet, chain 2. And so far this is what I have, and this will be the last row for our petals, so continue doing that all the way around, and I'll meet you at the end. And so here we are at the end of that round. So as usual, you're going to connect into that chain 3, 1, 2, 3. You want to chain 1, place a single crochet into that one, then we'll place 5 more single crochets following. A total of 6 single crochets, and then into the next we're going to place a half double crochet, and then a double crochet. And then we're going to make our first corner, so we're going to do 2 double crochets in there, chain 2, 2 double crochets, followed by 1 double crochet in the next stitch, a half double crochet, and then we're going to place single crochets. Let me just pull this off. So we're going to work 12 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Did I say 11 or 12? So hold on. Half double crochet, double crochet. Okay. If I say 12, it should be 11. So into the next one, place your half double crochet, place a double crochet, and then our next corner will be in here. That's a 2 double crochets, chain 2, then 2 double crochets into that same stitch, and then a double crochet, and then a half double crochet, 11 more single crochets, and then we'll be just repeating that. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Half double crochet, double crochet, 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets back in there, double crochet in the next stitch, half double crochet, and then back to 11 single crochets. So far we've made 3 corners. As you can see, let me just put them out for you. We've made 1, 2, 3. So we've got 1 more corner, and then I'll meet you at the end of the row, or I'll meet you after I make the other corner, because after you make the other corner you're going to work 5 single crochets. Remember, we started with 6 single crochets, so you're going to work 5 single crochets plus the 6 will be another 11. So after you work your 5 single crochets, you're going to slip stitch into that first single crochet we made, and then I'll meet you so that we can work our very last round. Right, so I have just slip stitched. So to start on the very last row, chain 3 to count as your first double crochet. So you're going to be placing double crochets in each stitch, and when you reach the corners you're going to be doing just the way we've been working the corners. So let me do one with you. Just double crochets all the way through. And just pull some more away. Okay. So I've got one more stitch, and then in that corner you wanna 2 double crochet, chain 2 and 2 double crochets, just the way we've been working every corner, and then you wanna continue. And that's what you're going to do all the way around. And at the end of the row, you want to slip stitch into that 3rd chain, cut your yarn off, and then you can weave in the ends. And then I will meet you to say bye. Hi there. All done. Look at that. That is my 3D crochet granny square. How cute are these? Honestly, it looks good, just 2 colors. But then there's something about the 3 colors that I think, you know, makes it pop or something like that. So did you enjoy your crochet granny square? If you did, please like, subscribe if you haven't, and of course if there's any questions that you have, remember you can always comment. I will respond to you very, very fast. So make some more and you can make yourself a blanket. And this as a blanket you would actually be done so quick because these are rather big at this point. Maybe because I was using a DK yarn and a 5mm crochet hook, but otherwise I think they work pretty good and pretty fast. So anyway, until next time, bye.